Okay, we continue back to this part. Previously, we expand the event message here so that we can have a ransomware info already explored, and you can find here in this event Trojan ransomware. Beyond labeling attack as Trojan activity, what other information is provided regarding the types and name? So you can find this Trojan and ransomware Kerber. This is the malware name, ransomware Kerber. Then by your best estimate looking at the alert so far, what is the basic vector of this attack? How did attack take place? Well, I understand that this attack seems to be caused by the visiting malicious web page. Normally the user did not aware about it, but because of the malicious website or page already exploited by the threat actor, then the user will become a victim of this. Next, to view the transcript event, we go to alert 5.2. Look at the transcript. You can see what are the referrer and host website. See the referrer actually bing.com, which with the searching keyword here, home improvement remodeling your kitchen, then the Bing search engine will giving this as the result of searching. Homeimprovement.com is the result of the searching based on the keyword, and user visit that site. We know already. Then right click another event here, another 5.2.4. Go to the transcript and then look what happened inside. What kind of request was involved? This is the request. Get request HTTP 1.9. Okay. Were any file requested? You find here. Content type JavaScript. Right? Application JavaScript. So get engine classes. This is the file that they requested. DLE underscore JS means the JavaScript file, the request. And then what is the URL for the referrer? So the referrer here, homeimprovement.com, remodeling your kitchen cabinet, and then the host website actually retrotrip.com. This one host. Okay, you can find the answer here. Next, just close the transcript window. We go to another transcript for this event 5.2.5, then answer this question. How many requests involved? So how to find the numbers of requests? We know that the blue block here means one request. We move, then we see another request, two requests, then two respond. We go until the end. Okay, we see one more here, one more request, three requests. Then we found that three requests and three responses. And what the first request? This is the first request. Get until this. This is the request. The first request. Vivaldi. Then who was the referrer? Referrer here from Home Improvement, Modeling Kitchen. Then who was the host server request? Host here, tyubnme.com. What the response encoded? Zip encoded. Then what is second request? This is second request. Post request. Not get, but this post request. Who was the host? Same host, right? tyubnme.com. Then Was the response encoded? Yes, they encoded using gzip. Normally malware they're using this kind of encoded like gzip compressed file or encrypted file, so that a network level analyzer cannot inspect until the low level or until the content of the package. Only until it move to host level they can do inspection. This is the reason why they're using this kind of encoding. Next, uh, what was the third request? So we move until the third request. Sorry, move here. Third request. Okay, this one. Third request. We found that still uh, get resource. Get request. C monkey. And who was the referrer? tyubinme.com. This is the referrer. Okay. And then what was the content type? How we can find the content type? This one. This is the content type. Application X with flash file found. Then what were the first three characters on the data response? I can find here after DST. So CWS is the first character. Then we can go to search about the file signature here. What is CWS actually? From here, you can find that sometimes what happened to my network. Okay, you can find CWS here. So the CWS represent the flash.swf file. You know already from here. So there are three adopt flash application file. Close the transcript and right click again using network miner. This one, right? And you can find file. You got three files, two HTML file and one SWF file. Okay, this is the answer from network miner itself. You can find. Then part 3, we go to part 3, try to move files using Wireshark to investigate and attack. Inside the security, we can use the Wireshark to analyze the packet level. First event 1.2, go to Wireshark, then we can find this view, so that you need to display format date and time. View, format, time display, date and time of day, then second. Okay, I already have it, so I have the view, same view here. Then we need to investigate HTTP traffic only. How to do that? We need to filter so that only HTTP request will be displayed. For this part, only 3 HTTP requests. So select the first request. This is the first request, and go to Hypertext Transfer Protocol. What website directed the user to the www home improvement? This is the referrer. Referrer is the one that redirect you to this one. Host home improvement, bing.com. The search engine result and bring the user to the homeimprovement.com. In Wireshark also we can choose file export the HTTP object. Select the remodeling one and save in your home directory. I save already. Close. and close Wireshark. So right click in the square in the another event 5.24, do the same thing Wireshark and filter the HTTP request as well. But this alert only have one request. Go or HTTP, can look inside. What is the HTTP request for? See here the HTTP get engine class JSI and DLE.js. Mean here this is JavaScript, a JavaScript file that name as a DLE underscore JS.js.javascript. What the host server? The host server you can find here retrotrip vision urbana.com.ve. Okay, this is the host for this alert. Then in Wireshark, go to export, save the file. This one, right? JavaScript file. Please save it, close. Then close Wireshark. We go to the next alert, do the same. We try to find the HTTP request again. For this alert, we have three HTTP requests: get, post, and get. To get one post. So you can find here host. This is the host. All are from TYU BenMe. Okay. Then we need to create a hash for exported malware file. We already saved the malware file. Now we want to create a hash value to get the hash value to compare with the signature in VirusTotal. Still in Wireshark, we go to the file object, save the shockwave file. Okay, save already. SWF. This one we need to use our what here? Terminal. Okay, we use terminal here inside our DWD, right? Now I'm in my home directory. So lsl, this is the file that I saved already. So I want to find only the save monkey, a C monkey content, which file contain this word C monkey. I have this one file. Then I need to create or get the value of SHA-1 some hash value. So I put SHA-1, then the file name that contain the C monkey, I enter. So where is the hash value? This is the hash value, SHA-1 hash value. If you using MD5, we're giving you different hash value. For me, I like to copy first, later I can use it. Okay, I will copy to my gedit file. This is my favorite text editor. This is the hash value, same, right? And then we can have the same value, same hash value by using network miner. Okay, this is the way network miner. Network miner, we go to the file, this file, SWF file, right? Then right click, calculate. Automatically they can give you, can copy this value. I just want to compare. Actually, the same thing because the same file content will giving you the same value with this similar algorithm use. Then we will use this value to check, to investigate in virus total. Is mine. Go to the virustotal.com. Search tab and review the information. So from the details and detection, you can find that there are consistent information about the malware, the detection itself. So here, see exploit SWF downloader, exploit, everything about more on the exploit, and flash file is there, SWF and flash. So most of the malware engine detect this file as a malware file, malicious file, which exploiting the flash or SWF file. You can write here what you did, the virus total tell you about the file. You can summarize here. Last time, actually last night, last 2 days, I found this 35. Now only 32 out of 55. Malware engine or anti-malware engine identify this value as a malware or malicious. If you can find here, this is all the malware engine from obscure semantic. So they detect this file as a malicious file. Next, you can close the browser, because when you see RIGEK exploit, this one from here, you know already some of the malware anti-malware engine already detect REGEK exploit kit. So I put here. Okay, close. We go back to our alert. Go to 5.37. Go to Wireshark and examine. Are there any similarity to the earlier alert? Find the request. Any similarity? For me, yes. They got 3 requests, 2 get and 1 post, right? And it's linked to the same host, tyu.bnme.com. Are the file similar? Do you see any different? The type, the file type you can find. You can go to object. Easier to look into. So content type same, 2 XML or text and 1 flash. But when you see the file name, different file name, right? And then create SHA-1 hash of the SWF file that you have previously. So this one, you want to create value or the hash value. You can use the network miner easier, right? Go to this network miner, go to the file, this SWF file, right click, calculate. Will give you this SHA-1. Since we did the SHA-1 last time, use the same thing, copy. For me, I just want to compare. Is it same? Yes. See, same value. Although the file name is different, but the value of hash still similar, because This hash value only hashing the content, not the file name. Same content means. Next, we go back to the square to look for alert. Last for alert. Where is the last for alert? 1, 2, 3, 4. So start with this. You can consider last 4. Why they seem to be post-infection? They already give us this is the post-infection. But why? When you see here, all for alert concern communication with this malware server. They check into the malware server. This is considered post-infection. When they are already infected, the host actually controlled by the server. Controlled by the ransomware server can be remotely accessed by the ransomware server here. That means we can consider is this post-infection. What is interesting about the first alert and the last 4 alert? This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This one. You see in alert, UDP, homenet, any external net, message Trojan, ransomware, server check-in. Mean this uh, alert is send UDP code to ransomware check-in server. So that they can communicate with the server can communicate with them. What type of communication is taking place in the second and third? Second and third. If you want to look to this one UDP. Still UDP cannot have a transcript, just using Wireshark to look in details. See, domain names both using DNS requests. See here, DNS request that initiate from the local host, however, is normally unlikely that result from normal user activity. Normally, normal user activity is not doing like this. Initiate from local host and using DNS request. So this must be sent by the malware file. And then the top domain does not look like a valid domain name. You see here, this one, right? Home, top, can copy lah. This value normally is not looks like a valid domain. No meaning, right? Normally we can have some meaning like your name, your company name.com and so on. But this one, no. Looks like jumble up the character and so on. This suspicious looks like a suspicious and can be considered as a malicious domain. Go to virus total one more time, then search this domain. I will copy the domain name. But we will search using URL based searching. Please search, not search using URL. What you found here from the virus total, 6 engine of the malware engine available detected this URL as a malicious code, a malicious web or malicious site. Okay, from Bitdefender, Fortinet. This is the big company of the malware, anti-malware. They detect is that as a malicious site or malicious domain. Still trigger. You can see. And then examine the last alert in the series using Wireshark. See, this one close. This is the last series, right? 5.78. Then we find just want to find the object. So we have one object from the malicious domain here, HTML. Then we save it. And start with EE7EA. Okay, this is the one. Complete the part 3. Now we go to part 4. What we'll do in part 4, try to examine the exploit artifact from the evidence that we have here, how we can get the info, additional info. So we need to go to the home directory and open the remodeling your kitchen cabinet.html. One more time, I will open it using my favorite text editor. So you can find two places in the web page that are part of the drive by download, which started the exploit. They gave us hint from head, and the second is the body. This is head. Then where is it? Okay, I found it. JavaScript type. This is the website or the redirect type, and the JavaScript file that will be executed. DLE_js.js. Load the JavaScript file from retrotrip, and then in the body part we have one more. So find here the body. In the body you see the iframe one. This iframe embed inside, injected. So the iframe that load content from tyu.bnb.com is defined the HTML body already. So this is the evidence that you can get from the code, injected source code. Next, open the DLE_js, the JavaScript file. What we can find, what does the file do? Found that JavaScript document write function will write content to the website. This function. And creating an iframe that take the user to URI at tyubnme.com. This one, the iframe. Right. And then, how does the code in the JavaScript file attempt to avoid detection? It try to avoid detection or hide themselves by doing this. Split iframe into two with the text base. Then in the text editor, we try to open the HTML file that having valdi here. Open again. What kind of file? This is HTML file. See here, this is HTML file. The page. What are some interesting about the iframe here? You can find this iframe. The visibility of the iframe is hidden. And then they have start function here. What does the start function do? It will write to the browser windows. It create HTML form and submit the variable normal URL through the post. The normal URL variable equal to URI at tubnme.com. This one. They create new variable normal URL, but this URL will redirect it to the tubnme.com. They create the form, mean HTML form. When you submit or you click something, they will go to this. Okay, what do you think the purpose of the get browser function? I think that the get browser function can determine the type of browser that web page is displayed in. So they get the information of the browser, they can utilize that information, for example, to find the common vulnerability exposure CVE for that kind of browser, maybe, or further to expand your attacks and so on. That's what I found. And lastly, for reflection, here you see exploit kit are fairly complex. Exploit that use variety of method and resource to carry out an attack. Interestingly, this EK may be used to deliver diverse malware payload. Many type of heterogeneous payload. This is because EK developer may offer the exploit kit as a service to other threat actor, so that they can get money, they can get something. Therefore, RIGEK has been associated with a number of different malware payload. Maybe now they got more complex and more severe impact or effect. So, we answer the following question to require an investigation the data further using the tools that were introduced in the lab. So I can use this wheel and also transcript as well as the Wireshark to get some information about the IP. I start with the IP address, source and destination IP address, so that I can't miss some of the URL. For example, here IP 104. This is the IP of homeimprovement.com. Homeimprovement.com actually a legal website, but already injected and taken over by the malicious or the threat actor, which embed the malicious iframe direct to malicious site. And then I found another IP here, 139. 139 belong to retrotype visionubana.com.ve. So from this source, this source IP, I found that this URL actually execute the malicious JavaScript, the .js file. And then another IP I found 194. This 194.87 actually belong to tyubenme.com. tyubenme.com actually the one that deliver a .flash file, SWF file, and exploit the landing page of the website that they redirect from. And then I found another one. This one already there. And for 90, okay, 90 don't belong to any URL because this is the ransomware check-in server, Kerber ransomware check-in server. No need a URL. I found it, which this infected machine already sending the check-in message to this UDP message to the ransomware server. And then one more IP address I found here actually belong to this malicious website or domain, malicious domain. Actually, this is the server Kerber ransomware page itself. So this is what I found from the IP address information and Wireshark that I analyze. And then in summary, I summarize this lab actually in this paragraph. Okay, the user maybe searching with the Bing search engine for information of home improvement. Then the user click the output from this Bing search engine that link to www.homeimprovement.com, and this website actually has been compromised by threat actor. When the user click the link, JavaScript execute and download a malicious.swf file, and then RIG EK has been using flash exploit based on the CB list available to exploit whatever they can. And the flash file execute and download malware in the victim machine. After malware install, will communicate with command and control server expose infection effect. In this case, CNC or command and control server are the kernel ransomware server, which is this one 90.2.10.0. I think that's all for my lab. Thank you, Dr. Luhur, for guiding us, and wassalam.